Have you ever wondered how a person with ADHD can stop being distracted by social media? Well, I was diagnosed about 8 years ago, and these are the hacks that I found that actually work to do just that. So when you have ADHD, you're always looking for something exciting, something that actually keeps your interest and attention. And so this hack is going to be turn your phone to grayscale. Now, why would you actually do this? Because if you have your phone in grayscale, it takes all the color out of your phone and makes it just black and white. So if you look here, how you get to grayscale, you're going to actually go into your accessibility on an iPhone, go to display and text size, and then you're going to go to your color filters. And once you're in color filter, you turn that on and there is a selection for grayscale right there. And then you just click that on and you'll see the phone go from all the colors to just black and white, really like two colors mono. Now, why does this help? Because once the phone, you're looking at it, it's all gray, doesn't have any colors, it becomes very, very boring. And I've talked to people about this and they say it works because the phone is just so boring. You don't want to look at it. You don't want to go look at Facebook or Instagram or anything without any color at all. It's just not as exciting. And if you want to return your phone to full color, you can go and reverse the steps and turn grayscale back off. Now, I'm team iPhone, but my Android people out there, I did not forget you either. Now, what you do to turn grayscale on an Android phone is you go to your digital and well-being and parental controls. You tap that, you go to your bedtime mode, and then you turn on grayscale, and that will turn this on an Android phone as well. And now with ADHD, you're always looking for something interesting because you think fast, your interests switch really quickly. Also, you're actually dealing with a dopamine deficit, and so when you actually find something interesting, it actually gives you more dopamine, and that is what the ADHD brain needs. And so the way to actually solve this and help you stay off social media is to have two devices. One where all your actual stuff is on there that you use all the time, and a second device is with all your social media apps. That way, when you think about going on social media, you really have to go and pick up that second device, and that gives you a little bit of a pause to think, do you really want to go and get on Facebook or Instagram, whatever it is, or do you have other stuff you need to do? And then you're going to go and stay on the actual device, your main device. And I just now realized you may not know anything about dopamine. It is the neurotransmitter that helps you with focus that's produced in the brain. And so when you're operating at a deficit of that particular neurotransmitter, then it's very hard to focus and do other things. And so when you find something interesting, that produces dopamine. And here's something else about ADHD. You have to be able to see things visually, because if you can't, you might forget where that thing is. And so the solution that helps you stay off social media is to actually take all of your social media apps and move them to the last page on your phone where you can see all the different apps and everything. You take them all and just move them to the last one. That way, to actually go and find them, you have to go to that last page. And if they're not on the front page, you may just be looking at the front page and never even thinking about going on social media. It's just going to help you get out of the habit of immediately seeing those things and then go ahead and click right into them, as opposed to you now have to go through your phone and find them and then actually make that click. And in that time, you may decide, I don't really want to go on social media at this time. And here's something that will happen. You're thinking about going on social media, but because it's not on the front page where you can see it easily, you might actually have your thoughts go to something else, maybe something important you have to do, and you'll actually go to that thing and do that thing instead of actually getting on social media. And now we know that we can get distracted and we can actually forget things. And one of the things that most people with ADHD actually forget is to close the tabs on their phone. You look through their phone, they have 50, 100, 200 tabs open. Not sure if you can even have that many open, but it's a lot of tabs. And so all those programs are running in the background. And then you realize over time when your phone starts really slowing down, it's because all of these tabs are open and you have to go through and close them. And so you need to close off all those tabs, just like I'm doing here, where I just go through and swipe them all and get rid of them all. And eventually I get down to the end where I don't have any more tabs open. And then the process starts all over again, because you are going to open some more tabs and you probably will forget to close those tabs as well too. So then you have to go through this process again to actually close them down. And when you do this, some of those tabs will be social media tabs, and that way you won't be tempted to go on those tabs and pull them up and go on social media if they're closed. And here's something else to try. Find something interesting before you get on social media in the first place, and I'm gonna tell you how to do it. You find music or an audiobook and you put on that, and then your mind gets actually interested in that because you're listening to a song you like, or you're listening to an audiobook of a story that you like, and you're thinking about that, and you're not thinking about getting on social media. And that's going to occupy your time, so you spend less time on social media. And you just get on, have the music, start dancing or whatever it is, and that's even better because now you're not even thinking about anything else. You're thinking about your song and dancing as well. And that's another way to keep you from going on social media and focusing on something else. And now one of my thoughts with ADHD is you just need something to distract yourself from the distraction. So social media is a big distraction. So what other thing can you distract yourself with so you don't think about going on social media? One of the easiest things for you to do is to actually just take out a sheet of paper, have a pen, and just start doodling on that paper just like I'm doing here. You just do that randomly. You're not even really thinking about doodling. Your mind is occupied by the emotion. But a lot of times when you doodle, you're not really thinking about what you are actually drawing. You're just actually just putting something on paper. Or you can brainstorm as well. If you have something you really want to think about, you're like, well, this is a good time to brainstorm. I'll go through and figure out all the things about this thing that I can. You can use that piece of paper for that. When you are doing these activities, you're not thinking about going on social media, and that will help you to stay off social media more. And here's something else about ADHD. You're always thinking about something. You're always thinking about the next thing you want to do, the next thing that you're thinking about, the next interest you have, just constantly doing that. And so you're always having an active mind, and you just don't ever kind of slow down and just relax. One of the best things that you can do to not be on social media, because social media actually makes you think more, is to just take a break and go for a walk. I oftentimes just go and walk in the park. As you see me just walking here, it's just a nice time because I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm just letting my mind kind of rest and just enjoying the walk around the park. And well, now it's like 90 degrees outside, so it's a little harder to enjoy that walk, but it is nice just to be outside, get some sunshine and see other people and just not think about as much stuff as you're doing that. And that actually helps to keep your mind off going on social media. And with ADHD comes a lot of impulsivity because you are constantly looking for something interesting. So going here, going there, and the thing that catches your attention is usually what you're going to go towards. And with social media, that's always going to catch your attention generally because there's so much on there to look at and see and hear about. And the way you actually prevent this is to just put your phone or tablet in a container, as you see me doing here, and put a top over it so you can't see it, but you still know that container is where that thing is. So make it have a bright top if you want to do that to make sure you know where it is and don't lose it somewhere. But the point is that extra step you have to take to go to the container, open it, get your phone or tablet or whatever it is out, and then actually go on social media. That's a lot of extra steps to do that, and that will just give you the pause you need to say, okay, I really don't want to go on social media. I'm trying to stay off of it, and it's all the way over there, or it's in this container, and I don't have to go through that process to actually get everything out right now. I need to focus on this. And social media actually comes with a lot of things to grab our attention, and one of these is notifications that you get from every different app about someone said this, someone said that, someone commented, someone liked. All these different notifications that come through your phone, and you can see them, and you may actually hear a different tone as they come through. They ding or ping or whatever it is, right? And when you hear those things, you immediately know, hey, there's something going on social media. I should go find out what that is. One of the ways that you can just prevent yourself from actually getting distracted by these things is to just turn your phone on silent. And usually it's really easy. Just flip a switch on your phone. It goes from active to silent. And now you don't have to worry about all the notifications. You hear the notifications coming through, even if you can see them. Now, another thing that you can also do is turn your phone into airplane mode, and that means you're not getting anything on your phone from the internet at all. Your phone is just no Wi-Fi, no nothing. You're not going to be able to go onto the websites for social media or go into the app or anything and have it work. So this is a great way as well, because now you can't access those things because airplane mode is on. Now, if you don't want to put your phone in silent mode or airplane mode, there is another option that you can just silence whatever notifications you want to silence. I'm going to show you how to do this on the iPhone. So the way that you do this on your iPhone is to go to Focus and then go to Do Not Disturb. Actually, Focus has 4 different options. Do Not Disturb, has Personal, Sleep, and Work. And so I'm going to click on Do Not Disturb, and once you're in here, you can actually choose either people or apps you do not want to be or have notifications from. You click and enter your apps. You can allow notifications or silence notifications. And if you want to add an app, you can do that as well. Now, you do have the option for time sensitive notifications if you want to do that as well. That's an option. Not going to go into that right now. But once you're done, you can actually go down here and actually do smart activation as well if you want to. Now, this is just going to turn it on at the relevant times that the phone thinks is relevant to you. And so you activate that if you want that on or not. I don't want that on though. You can also add a schedule to this where you do the time, the location, or the app that you want to actually set the schedule for as well. And that's another option that you can do. And when you've done all of this, then what you're going to do is you're actually going to go to your control panel. You can see right here, Do Not Disturb is on, and you have the different options to turn any of these on if you want to. But right now, Do Not Disturb is on. Now you can click it on or off just from the screen right here. And then when you're done, you can just go back and see, okay, it's on focus now. You click on Do Not Disturb and you go back there again, you see Do Not Disturb's on now, and you can click it off as well back here. So you know if it's on or off. And now you know how to actually keep yourself from being distracted on social media. But another part of this is, do you want to have a better routine with ADHD? If so, I've got a video that you should probably watch right now. It goes over how to make you have a better routine with ADHD and gives you all the hacks to do that.